I want to talk about homelessness. I want to talk about New York City Mayor Eric Adams, who's now facing backlash for his move to involuntarily hospitalize homeless people. As I've said, Adams is doing that which the law allows, but no one else is willing to do. Everyone else has just waved a white flag. And it's such a damn sad subject. I don't know if people all across the country are exposed to homelessness the way that I'm exposed to homelessness. Why am I exposed to homelessness? Because I travel a fair amount. I'm in the city of Philadelphia often, weekly at least. I'm in New York City. I'm in Washington, D.C., big homeless problem. And of course, on the West Coast, I've seen it in Tenderloin. I've seen it at Skid Row in Los Angeles. If you're in middle America, I mean, maybe it's just not a fact or facet of everyday life, but it certainly is in urban areas and especially on the West Coast. Interestingly, not so much in Florida. So definitely a reflection of the level of tolerance of government officials. On Tuesday, New York City Mayor Eric Adams said he was acting to address a crisis we all see around us toward the end of a year that has seen a string of high-profile crimes involving homeless people. He announced a major push to remove people with severe, untreated mental illness from the city's streets and subways. Adams has been clearing homeless encampments and making it a priority since taking office in January. He said the effort, now here's the key part, would require involuntarily hospitalizing people who were a danger to themselves, even if they posed no risk of harm to others, arguing the city had a moral obligation to help them. That's not a change in terms of the authority that the city has and other cities have always had. I mean, the standard is, what went on here in very simple terms is that there was a deinstitutionalization wave that goes, back 30 years. And the problem has become progressively worse. And the standard employed by courts and consequently by government entities has been one of you can only involuntarily commit someone if they pose a danger to themselves or someone else. Okay, it's pretty clear what it means if they pose a danger to someone else. Like, are they a violent risk to another person? Have they acted violently towards someone? Okay, they are a risk of acting violently towards someone again. The gray area is, what does it mean to be a risk to yourself? When I was at a Wawa on South Street, what was it, 22nd and South, wherever that Wawa is, on Saturday morning at 6 a.m. a month ago, and I come out at 6 a.m. on a Saturday, and it's just getting light at that time of year. And across the street is actually Wawa, and then across the street is a Starbucks. And there's a guy in a vent in a very, very awkward, prone position. And I look at him, I get in my car, and there's nobody else around. And I think to myself for a moment, like, wow, when did this become acceptable? If that were a dog on that vent, we'd never stand for it. But somehow it's become, we are so, yes, we use the word, desensitized. And we've just become accepting of the fact that there are some among us. I happen to think it's a drug and mental health issue. I think it's a misnomer to call it homelessness.